Hello beautiful people, you are warmly welcome back to the channel. Yes, your girl is back with another video. As you can see, I have just washed my hair and I've realized that my shampoo is empty and I need to make a new shampoo. And this time around I want to take you guys around to show you the shampoo, the very shampoo that has helped me throughout this hair growth journey. It's very natural and it's very effective when it comes to hair growth. The base of this shampoo is black soap, African black soap or Ghana black soap. That's what I use for this shampoo. That's the base of this shampoo. But in this video I'm going to tell you why the benefits of this African black soap for our hair. I'm also going to show you the quantity that you can use so that your hair will not get very dry, because anytime I use this recipe or this shampoo, my hair feels so soft that I don't sometimes even use conditioner because of the softness. All of us who are on this journey to grow our hair naturally, you know how difficult it is to use shampoo. Some shampoos will make your hair very dry, very stiff, but this black soap actually has been a very effective and very helpful when it comes to softness. I am very sure it's because of some of the ingredients that I've added. I'm also going to show you the preservative that you can use to keep this black soap or black soap shampoo at least 9 months or 1 year. Yes, that's what we've been doing in today's video. But before we do that, I have some package here I want to share with you. I want to show you some of the things that I have ordered and some of the things I will be making this year. So we are going to unbox this on camera. Let me just adjust this camera maybe a little bit so you guys can see what is in this box. It's going to be a very small packages because this is actually for my videos, not for my to sell. These are my videos, ingredients that I've ordered. All are not yet here. The remaining is coming from Lotion Crafters. Usually when I ordered from abroad, it takes me some 2 months or even more before I get hold of those ingredients, and because of that I cannot make any product until those are here. So the first thing that I grabbed is peppermint hydrosol floral water, and I have it in these small bottles. As I said, we are going to be actually having small bottles to deal with. Because I am not doing this for sales now, I'm just trying to make product. And this is another hydrosol. This is a Niroli hydrosol, and I got it in 2 as well. We're going to see I have a lot of hydrosols I have used because I'm going to be making conditioners. I'm also going to be making shampoos, like a normal shampoos, for normal hair, for oily hair type, for everyday use. So let's see the next ingredient that we have. My son is here. So this is the next ingredient that I have. I got this one too in 2. And then we have, what is this? Can't see well. This is a rose water. It's another, got this also in 2. That's rose water. So as I said, I'm going to be using more of this, so that's why I ordered. Then we have lavender, very good. Then what we have here, we have a menthol crystal for my hair products. So we have a lot that is going to be going on. We have this silk amino acid in powder is another one. And then we have salicylic acid. So these are all that I have. Baby, what? What do you have? So these are all that I have for now. But then I will take you guys along when the other one comes. Now let's go and make our shampoo. So we are going to start with the African black soap. I'm using the Ghana black soap. And don't worry, I'm going to leave your measurement or the recipe on your screen. So for those who want to try this, I would love you guys to try this and actually give me the feedback. So I'm going to melt down my black soap, and the two ways that I use for this is to add hot water, but today I'm going to use hot tea. So I'm going to infuse my tea. As you can see, this is a natural herbs that I've blended together. You will see later I'll show you where or how I normally do it. I have done this countless time on this channel. So if you want to know how I make my tea, my herbal tea for my hair growth, I have a lot of videos on the channel, so you can go and check them out. This is me showing you the black soap. So later in the video you'll realize that the quantity have changed. I was thinking to make everything, because looking at this I just thought, okay, let me just do a bigger batch for the whole year. So I'm going to be actually using this black soap that you have seen in this paper. So it's going to be a little more after I come back, but that's what I said. Do not worry, I'm going to leave your ingredient or the recipe on the screen for you, so that if you want to do it, you can do the small size and try it, so that later when you like it, you can double or triple the recipe. So now my tea is ready. So I am going to pour my water phase on my soap, because this is the amount of water that I will be using. So because this is the amount of the water that I want to use, I am infusing it with the herbal tea, and I still want to use the water whilst it's hot. So I'm not going to allow the water to cool down before I pour it on the black soap. So as you can see, we are going to let this melt down or dissolve, and I'll come back and show you how it is looking, so we can take the next step. Okay, this is how it is looking. As I've said, I've doubled the quantity of the batch. So all my black soap is melted, and now I'm going to strain it, because I don't want all the sand, and you will see it yourself. There are going to be a lot of things that we don't want in our hair. So because of that, we need to strain this and get away all those sand and the remaining of the particles, the things that they have used to make the black soap. So we don't want that in our hair. So that's why we need to strain it. So this stage or this step is very important. You don't want to have sand in your hair after washing your hair. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to finish straining, and then we will move on to the rest of our ingredients. So now our base is ready. We now need to add the rest of our ingredient. The first ingredient I'm showing you is the glycerin, the vegetable glycerin, and also our thickener. So I'm going to take the amount of glycerin in this beaker, and I'm also going to take the amount of my thickener, which is the guar powder that I'm going to be using. The next one is the oil. This very one is the butter that I've melted into oil. So I'm going to use shea butter. So I've melted my shea butter. So whilst I am leaving the measurement on your screen, you know that I have melted the shea butter. The next oil that I'm using is my herbal growth oil. Remember, this herbal growth oil is based with six different oils. So be very careful when you are using the oils. That's why I'm leaving the ingredients on the screen for you, so that your soap does lather. If the oil is too much, your shampoo is not going to lather. So I've also added my vitamin E into this, this mixture, and I'm going to stir everything together. Please stay tuned for the preservative, because this is very important, and also how I take in my my shampoo, because that is where the problem is, how to thicken it, because I see a lot of people not taking their shampoos. If you really want to use this as a business, you need to give it that that consistency, that feeling that anybody who uses your product will know that okay, you are professional and you are doing the right job. So this is me adding my glycerin and guar. The reason why I did this before I started mixing the rest of the ingredients is that this needs to be to be sit down for a while. You need to put this down for a while for it to actually how do I say it, you don't just mix it and pour it into your product. It needs to be to be allowed to work on itself before you add it to your product. So this is now the beginning of the thickening. You can see that it's still watery. One thing that I want to say is that when you add your thickener, especially with the guar, what I like is I like to leave it for at least overnight or 12 hours before you can see the real thickening effect. And if the thickening is not what you like, the consistency is not what you like, you can add more to it. Now this is where the job is. I am going to actually check my pH. African black soap, normally it has a very high pH level. So for me, I like to use this on its natural pH. So I have some tips that I want to give for those who wants to actually make this and to make it, they want it to last for them longer. So when you look at my pH is 9.3. This is too much for for people. And mind you, this soap, this shampoo is not everyday shampoo. This is a shampoo that is a kind of a clarifying shampoo that you need to use maybe once a month. Yeah, it's the best, or once in 2 weeks. So I am adding my preservatives, and in this place I have chosen a preservatives that is around 9 and 10, or 9 and 12, sorry. One is 9 and the other one is 12. The level, like their pH is up to 12. So that is perfect for my production because I have those at home. But if you do not have these at home and you want to make, you can reduce the pH level. Okay, reduce the pH level to the type of preservative that you have at home. For example, if you have the liquid Jama Plus, which is up to 8, then that means that is not going to work in this soap or in this shampoo. So you need to reduce by using citric acid to the level maybe 6 or 7, so that you can use your liquid Jama Plus. That is the trick right there. But because I have a preservative that is up to 12, pH level, I could use it without, changing the pH level of my product. And again, I said I like it. I want to use the natural pH of the black soap. You can see how thick the product is. I am making a mess. Oh, I've made a mess, but guys, I just love the percentage that I use. I have done this severally, so I know the type of the amount of percentage that I need to take in my my soaps, my body soaps, my shampoos. So I use exactly the amount that I needed, and this is the result. And I left this over I think overnight, and then now, as you can see, you can't get this from anywhere. It's so beautiful, and I'm glad that I shared this with you. Please do try this and tell me what you think about it. So this is going to bring us to the end of today's video, and this is where I labeled it very nicely.